Gentlemen, today I'm going to show you how you can be a confident, healthy man, even if you're a little bit odd and nerdy, just like me. And I promise you won't have to give up any of those things that you love. Let's get right into it. Alright, gentlemen, so a lot of my early life, I was very shy, I was very meek, and I was very ashamed of who I was as a person. I didn't believe in myself, and I didn't have any confidence whatsoever because of the things that I liked, or because I thought what I thought of the things that I liked. I was a huge metalhead, still am a huge metalhead, and I loved Sonic the Hedgehog and Dragon Ball Z and Yu-Gi-Oh! And all these other things, and I was ashamed of it because I always thought that other people didn't think it was cool. I always thought other people were going to judge me for the things that I liked. So we got to ask ourselves, why do I not believe in myself? Why can't I talk to girls? Why do I have no confidence? Why do I feel this way about myself? Why do I think I'm lesser? And I'm here to tell you, man, it has nothing to do with your interests. You see, it doesn't really matter whether you like to play certain video games, or you like to play board games, or you like to play card games, or you like to listen to certain music. None of that stuff actually really matters, and that's not what's keeping you down. That's not what's holding you back from being confident and healthy. What's holding you back from those things is your belief about your interests, is your belief about the things that you like. And see, I can't really blame you for this, because think about it. Growing up in high school, growing up as kids, you like a certain type of music, or you like a certain type of card game or video games or anything like that, you're automatically outcast. You're automatically thrown into like the nerdy column of guys that sit in the corner of the school, whatever, doing their thing. So it's hard to really shake those things off of ourselves as we go through the years, and we still like these things, and we still want to actually enjoy them. If you're sitting there and you are playing the latest Pokemon release, you have these negative connotations in your brain like, why am I playing this? This is dumb. Only losers play this. People who are cool don't play this. People who have girlfriends don't play this. Well then, of course, that you are not going to be able to get over those things and actually fully enjoy what you are doing at the moment. And so first, we need to clean up our own judgments about these things. That is most important. So every time you see yourself having a judgment about the things that you like or what you're doing or what you do with your free time, you have to cut that. You have to cut that automatically. So instead of having a negative judgment about it, have a positive judgment about it. So next time you're playing Pokemon and you sit down, you boot up the game, and that thought comes in your head like, oh, I'll never have a girlfriend because I play Pokemon. Slash that. Be like, I love Pokemon. Pokemon is so much fun, and I have such a great time when I sit down and I play Pokemon, and I get to build a new team, and I get to experience a new region, and I get to get all the gym badges, and I get to go crush the Elite Four, and I get to EV train my Pokemon so I can go online and smash noobs. You need to focus on the reasons why you do that thing. You need to focus on the reasons why you watch that anime, why you play that game. And so the key here is, the key thing to realize is that no one's going to judge you about your interests if you don't judge yourself about them first. And so if you want people to stop judging you for the things that you like, my man, you got to stop judging yourself for the things that you like. And once you clean up those negative connotations about yourself and your interests, everyone else's negative connotations around you may clean up as well, as they see that, man, maybe that guy who's like got long hair and he listens to metal and stuff, like maybe like they're not all like that. Maybe metal's kind of cool. Maybe Pokemon's kind of cool. I see why someone would enjoy playing Pokemon. I see why someone would enjoy playing Magic the Gathering. It looks like a lot of fun. Anyone who ever comes up and makes fun of you for these things, man, you just brush them off because it's ridiculous. Especially when you're out of high school and someone is still ragging on you for liking these nerdy things. Just dude, why do you think you're so much better than me because I like to play this stuff? What does that say about you? Look, take it from me, who used to get in his own head about the things that he likes and was super ashamed. Man, people get in their heads about this stuff all the time. And if we don't judge ourselves about our interests, and we don't judge our interests ourselves, no one else is going to do it either. And so this leads me right into my next point. Dude, we gotta integrate these nerdy things into our life. Make them a part of our personality and who we are. Look, there's gonna be tons of people in life that aren't gonna like us for the things that we enjoy, and we gotta realize that we're gonna be okay if those people don't like us because of those things that we enjoy. And that's where integrating these things into our life really come into play. You know, think of these things like your shadow. So the psychologist Carl Jung, he used to talk about one's shadow, those dark, deep parts of us that we kind of push aside and ignore, but they're still a part of us. And when we push them aside and we ignore them, they get bigger and they get stronger, and they eventually take over our lives and make us do things that we normally wouldn't do. And so think of your nerdy interests kind of like that. Like, Of course, we may be shy and nervous and ashamed about these things, but they're a part of us. We have to integrate them into our life in order to be full, in order to be happy, because nothing is going to stop us from liking these things. We may grow out of them, but guess what? A lot of us don't. And a lot of us just pretend that we don't like them anymore. And a lot of us just say like, oh, I don't do this anymore, I don't do that anymore, because we never make time for it. We don't want to make time for it because we're ashamed of it, as opposed to making time for the things that we love as we grow older. Like, I remember being a kid and loving Yu-Gi-Oh! And always wanting to buy like the newest card or the next pack or anything like that, and I couldn't because I didn't have my own money as a kid, and I didn't have a lot of money growing up in my family. And now that I'm a fully grown man with adult money, I can buy all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards I want. And so it's said that when a man truly integrates his shadow, that's when he becomes full, that's when he becomes healthy, that's when he becomes vibrant. Because like Jordan Peterson always says, a good man isn't a nice man. A good man is a dangerous man who has his danger, his all that stuff under control. And so in this case, we could say that a good man is a man who has his interests under control, who has his interests as part of his life and doesn't ignore them or push them down because he's ashamed of them. He doesn't have those negative connotations about the things that he likes. He loves them, and he knows that he loves them, and he embraces them. The things that you like, throw up some posters around your room, throw up some posters around your house. Actually embrace those things that you like and don't try to hide it. For me, I've got Sonic the Hedgehog comics all over the place. I have a Sonic stuffy. I've got a table full of Dragon Ball Z figures. I have Dragon Ball Z shirts. I have Dragon Ball Super shirts. I have my video games on full display all the time. And anyone who would ever think lesser of me for those things, they don't belong in my life. These are a part of my life. These things are important, and I will never be ashamed. I will always have them out in the open. And that's how we master these things. That's how we gain the confidence. That's how we gain the belief in ourselves, by making these things a part of our lives, just like our shadow, but a bit more benign than what the idea of the shadow is. But I think you get it. Look, gentlemen, when you embrace what you love, nothing can take that away from you. No one can push you around. No one can say that you are not good enough. No one can say that you are not worthy, because you have embraced yourself. So no matter what happens, you're going to be worthy to you, and you're going to be okay as long as you are worthy and good enough for yourself. And just because you like a few nerdy things and because you like to play some video games and stuff like that, doesn't mean anyone can take that away. That doesn't mean you're lesser. And it's important that we recognize that. Someone makes a joke about something you like, you can just say, man, yeah, what? I don't understand. What's the joke? Go along with the joke. Laugh about the joke. Be like, yeah, you know, gotta go fast. So gentlemen, follow these tips. Do what I said here. And I promise you that you will go from meek, shy nerd to confident, badass, alpha male in a matter of seconds, the minute you take this mindset with you. Thanks for watching today, gentlemen. I hope you liked the video. If you did, you can go down below, sauce me one of these bad boys, and smash that subscribe button for your man. It really helps me out with that bastard of a YouTube algorithm. I really appreciate it. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day, and even better, week ahead. And as always, stay strong, stay proud, stay kind, and make sure that you are always staying handsome.